This is the Anglican Cable Network Nigeria, ACNN television. You are on to the news on the hour. I am Fulusho Taiwo. You're welcome. People without Christ have been described as dogs who are characterized by all sorts of immoralities and who are committing atrocities with impunity. The Right Reverend Ekako, the Bishop, Diocese of Amici in Anambra State, gave this description at the formal opening of this year's Way of the Cross program of the Diocese of Abuja Anglican Communion at the Cathedral Church of the Advent Life Camp, Abuja. According to him, the aftermath of the indescribable activities is a life marked with poor, wretched, miserable, and disgraceful living as a result of their life outside Christ.
But you do not know. Once you're outside Christ, look at your 5 terrible, depicable states. Number 1, the Amen says, you are what? Whoever you are, even in that your private jet, heaven looks at the wretched man.
The ebullient speaker quoted profusely from the scriptures and shared so many life experiences to corroborate the fact that those who are living outside Christ are in bondage and captivity and needs Christ's deliverance to be reconciled to God. He advised parents to be alive to their responsibilities by teaching, watching, and praying for their children so as to mold them the way of Christ to grow well, and the family, the church, and the society shall be better for it. Earlier in his welcome address, the primate of all Nigeria and the convener of the diocesan program Way of the Cross, the Most Reverend Dr. Nicholas D. Oko, called on all Christians to take advantage of the admonition of the program and draw themselves nearer to God through Christ, our ransom and Redeemer. The primate says this is the only way the sanity and normalcy could be returned to our land. The Cathedral Church of the Advent was filled to capacity with people in their hundreds sitting under canopies made available outside. The week-long program continues today. The Anglican Youth Fellowship held its national elections on February 24, 2018 during its National Council General Meeting, the meeting which was hosted by the Diocese of Ughelli at the Anglican Christian Center Ogoniolomo Ughelli Delta State had total number of 525 delegates in attendance. Mr. Bran Amatan Lloyd Humphrey was elected the new national president to replace the outgoing president, Brother Eze Chukwuebuka, whose tenure expires in May 2018. He got the highest number of votes amidst his contestants, who are Bro Adewale Richard, the former national PRO, Ondo Diocese, with 166 votes. Also, Bro Alex Akpata, the former Assistant Youth Staff Coordinator, Ida Diocese, with 96 votes, while Bro Lloyd Brown, the Ahwada Diocese AYF President, got 263 votes. Bro Lloyd has held several positions ranging from Parish AYF Secretary for 5 years, Ajikiri AYF Secretary for another 5 years. Other officials were also elected. The Bishop of the Anglican Diocese of Egbu, Right Reverend Geoffrey Okorafor, has encouraged Christians adherents to be consistent in their belief. He urged them not to waver in the pursuit of their Christian faith. Rather, remain undaunted in preaching the gospel. Bishop Okorafor, who gave the charge in his homily during the pastoral visit to St. Matthias Church, Umuchima, Ihiagwa in Owerri West Local Government Area, Imo State, stressed that as believers they should be proud of being identified with Christ. While advising against self-righteousness He maintained that they should not allow anything to shake and deflate their faith. The bishop enjoined the congregation of St. Matthias to emulate their patron saint in embracing and being identified with gospel message, ensuring that all lost sheep were found and brought back to the fold. The presidency has disclosed that the usual weekly meeting of the Federal Executive Council, FEC, will not be taking place on Wednesday, February 28, 2018. Presidential spokesman Femi Adesina said that the Federal Executive Council meeting will not be holding due to the participation of President Muhammadu Buhari as a significant member of ministers at the high level of meeting of International Conference on Lake Chad Basin at the Transcorp Hilton Hotel. You recall that during the last cabinet meeting, President Muhammadu Buhari ordered Minister of Defense Mansour Dan Ali, Minister of Information Lai Mohammed, and Minister of Foreign Affairs Mr. Geoffrey Oyeyama to visit Dachi village in Yobe to assess the attack on the schoolgirls. Violence has erupted in Kaduna community, which led to houses and cars being set ablaze. Local reports say Katsua Magwane community in Kajuru local government area of Kaduna State was the theater of pandemonium as many shops were looted and razed, leaving residents to scamper in different directions for safety. A youth leader in Kaduna, Dan Nigeria, told newsmen that crisis has a religious undertone. Nigeria said that some girls wanted to change their religion but were scolded by some youths in the community. Tempers fled thereafter and that snowballed into crisis. Latest reports say law enforcement agencies have been deployed to the troubled community to keep the peace. We shall now take a short commercial break, after which we shall be back. Please stay with us.
Jesus, keep me near the cross. Diocese of Abuja, Church of Nigeria invites you to 2018 The Way of the Cross program. Theme: Christ, our ransom and redeemer. Date: Monday 26th February to Sunday 4th March 2018. A week of transformation, exposition and ministration at the Cathedral Church of the Advent, Life Camp, Gwarimpa, Abuja at 5 p.m. daily. Ministering the Most Reverend Benjamin Kwashi, the Right Reverend Ephraim Ikako, the Right Reverend Tunde Adeleye, the Right Reverend Olumuyiwa Ajayi, the Right Reverend Professor Dakbo Asaju, Venerable Professor Onuche, and Venerable Professor Udobata Onunwa. There will be counseling and special prayers by gifted servants of God on daily basis. Host: the Most Reverend Nicholas D. Oko, Primate, Church of Nigeria, Anglican Communion. In the cross, come and experience victory through the cross. In the cross.
You're welcome back. For more on our top stories, please visit our website at acnntv.com or youtube.com ACNNTV to be up to date with the news and other programs. Download the ACNN app for the Android, iOS, and Windows devices for their respective stores. The Christian Association of Nigeria in the 19 northern states in Abuja have expressed sadness over the abduction of 105 girls of government secondary school Dachi, Yobe State. Spokesman in the 19 northern states, Reverend John Joseph Hayab, has told journalists in Kaduna that the Christian body was deeply concerned about the return of kidnappings of large number of girls again in Nigeria. He called on the federal government to do what was necessary to rescue the girls as soon as possible and unhurt. Hayab said that Khan is deeply concerned with the development that the country have not yet got back all the Chibok girls, and now another 110 schoolgirls have been kidnapped. He called on the government and the security agencies to sit up. He said that the girls must not stay long like the previous ones before they are released. He further stated that the abduction is a challenge to government to prove to Nigerians that the huge spending on security is not just a drain on the country's resources, because when we hear and read stories that billions of dollars is expended on security, and we still have issues like this, then it tells us that there is a serious problem in the country. President Muhammadu Buhari has reassured Nigerians that all abducted persons by insurgent groups, including the schoolgirls from the Government Girls Technical College Dachi Yobe, will be rescued safely. President Buhari gave the reassurance when he received 3 rescued lecturers of University of Maiduguri and 10 police officers' wives at the presidential villa, Abuja. The president stated that he had directed all security agencies to ensure safety of schools and students in the northeast region and other parts of the country. Buhari said that his administration would not relent until it rescued all those abducted. He noted that the rescue of the abducted persons on February 10 was a very huge relief to him and to all Nigerians. Buhari also lauded other agencies of government, sister nations in the Lake Chad region, and the International Committee of the Red Cross for their contribution to the safe release of the abducted persons. Nigerians have reacted to the intention of Fela Durotoye to run for president of Nigeria, questioning his ability. Fela, a consulting guru, leadership coach, and public speaker, has declared his intention to run in the 2019 presidential election. This has raised eyebrows on social media. Some Nigerians have accused him of supporting Buhari in 2015 election, adding that he has no knowledge or expertise in government. Others supported his intention to run but stated that his registered party, Alliance for a New Nigeria, ACNN, will not make him win in 2019. Some Igbo leaders have said that the Igbo nation are not interested in producing the president of Nigeria without restructuring of the country. This view was shared by some Igbo leaders who met with the Senator Yinaya Abaribe-led Ohaneze Committee on Coalition of Igbo Views on Restructuring in Lagos. The meeting, which was held in Ikoyi, had the likes of Deputy President General of Ohaneze, Dr. Sylvian Ebegwe, Dr. Kalu Idika Kalu, among others. The first of such meeting was held in Abuja. The Lagos gathering was the second in the series. There will be another meeting in Enugu on March 4, to be followed by the inner caucus meeting of the Apex Igbo Socio-Cultural Organization, Ohaneze Indigbo, which will lead to an enlarged Igbo summit. The group also called governors of Southeast to see livestock breeding of animals or ranching as an economic activity. And now to some foreign news. You're welcome back. The church in Jerusalem, built at the traditional site of Jesus' burial, remained closed for a third day, Thursday, this Tuesday, as Christian leaders protested against Israeli tax measures and a controversial proposed law. Christian leaders closed the Church of the Holy Sepulchre on Sunday at noon in a rare move, leaving thousands of pilgrims and tourists seeking to visit what many see as the holiest site in Christianity locked outside. Church officials says the church will be closed until further notice as they seek to pressure Israeli authorities to reverse their measures. The church is built where Christians believe Jesus was crucified, buried, and resurrected. Custody of it is shared by the Greek Orthodox Armenian and Roman Catholic denominations. Christian leaders are angry over attempts by Israeli authorities in Jerusalem to enforce tax collection on church property. They consider commercial, saying exemptions only to apply to places of worship or religious teaching. They also say legislation being considered by Israeli government would allow church property to be expropriated. The Bishop of the Anglican Church of Lahore in Pakistan, Right Reverend Irfan Jamil, has charged Christians to proclaim the gospel boldly without fear and favor, as this is part of components for Christian life and witness. Bishop Irfan was speaking at conference for Pakistan church leaders being held as a follow-up to the Asia Mission Conference held in Yangon, Myanmar. During the conference, Bishop Irfan reminded participants of the need to fulfill the servanthood as a priority in Christian life and witness. He charged the Asian churches to proclaim the gospel boldly, continue to develop the discipleship as an ongoing process in the church life. He encouraged them to give compassion on the people in need and be ready to give helping hands wherever need be. Finally, he urged them to lay acts of service in their hearts as stewards of God. He believes this can be made possible when Christians empty themselves and trust in the power of Holy Spirit. The Asia Mission Conference is organized by the Christian Conference of Asia, which includes Anglican churches in Korea, Ceylon, Bangladesh, North India, Pakistan, South India, Myanmar, Japan, Hong Kong, and Malaysia, as well as Australia and New Zealand, alongside many other Christian denominations and bodies. And now to a sad news. The Bishop of Irele Eseudu Diocese of Church of Nigeria, Anglican Communion, the Right Reverend Felix Olamigoke Akinbuluma, is dead. The Depe-born clergy died during a brief illness at the University College Hospital, Ibadan, after a brief illness. He was aged 59 years. His death has been confirmed by the church. Meanwhile, a member of House of Representatives for Okitikupa Irele Federal Constituency, Honorable Mike Omogbeyin, has described him as a great community mobilizer. Bishop Akinbuluma was described as a good man, a great preacher of the gospel, an amazing father and husband, a patriot who wished the best for his state and community. The family believed that he is peacefully resting on the shoulders of his Father, the Lord Jesus Christ, adding that he has fought a good fight. And so from here, we want to commiserate with the Akinbuluma family and the Diocese of Irele Eseudu on this loss. May the good Lord grant us the grace to accept what we cannot change. And so that's it on this edition of the News on the Hour. We want to thank you and thank you profusely for watching. I am Fulusho Taiwo. Please mend it. Don't end it in a hurry. God bless you.